you are at a place in your life and you're like, I need to change my life, I need to reinvent myself, I don't like where I'm at now. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jessica. If you're new here, welcome. If you're an old and eternal subscriber, thank you for always riding with me. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to be sharing with you how I plan to reinvent myself and change my life in 2023. Yes, a lot of people, when the year ends or when it's a new week, when it's a new month, I'm sure you can relate. We always feel like this is the time for us to start something new, something that we have been planning. So it's like a normal thing. A lot of people even started before the year ended and they are pushing through. And I was going to start in January, but I did not want it to be like, oh, because it's January, so I had to pressure myself and do this. So I really decided to take my time. The main reason why I'm deciding to reinvent myself and change my life in 2023 is everybody needs change, one. But the main reason is before the year ended, I think there was a time that I made a video of me cleaning my room, a lot of those things. Before the year ended, I sat down to think about myself and I'm like, this is the same way you've been living your life in for 20 something years of being in this life. And it's not as if you've not grown, not as if I've not grown, because there are times that you want to change yourself, not because you are not growing, not as if I'm still in the place I was in those years. I'm actually growing, but I know I could be better if I if I decide to take this step. This is my first time of reinventing myself and changing my life. I've done things that I just like, oh, I want to be better at this, and I'll set goals and then I'll try to get them or I don't get them. I've never really gone into my life and be like, oh, I need to change, reinvent myself. This is something that I've come to realize that everybody needs to do in their life at one point or the other. I'm not saying that you have to do reinventing your life every new year or every new month, or but there is a time that it gets to in your life and you'll be like, no, I need to change it. So this is something that I feel like everyone wants to do or has to do or should do in the course of their life, because if you're trying to be something or you're trying to get somewhere and you're doing the same thing over and over again and you're not getting that thing, it just simply means that you need to do something about it. And that can include just going into your life piece by piece and seeing what you need to actually change totally for you to get to this place that you are looking for. And that is why I am doing this. So I know that a lot of people are like me and be like, oh, this is the year that I changed my life. This is the year that I reinvent myself. This is the year that I changed from this to that. So that's where I'm at now. So for me to achieve these things that I want for myself, for me to assume this position that I want for myself, there are some things that I need to change. And for me to achieve all of this, these are the plans that I want to follow. First thing that I'm going to do is to look at my life right now, which I am already doing. I've done it. I did it in December. I've been doing it almost every day. I'm looking at my life. I'm like, what is in my life now? What is happening in my life now that I do not want for myself? I am in this place now. This is where I am now. I am not organized. I am not focused. I am not that person that I want to be. So because for you to be somebody that you want to be, for you to see yourself as the identity that you want to be, you have to first accept where you are at now. So that is what I'm going to be doing. That I'm going to be doing is to envision the identity that I want for myself. There was a time that I made a video and I was arranging my room and everything. And I told myself that as I'm arranging this wardrobe, I do not want to scatter it. I do not want it to be scattered. And what has helped me has been me identifying as someone that do not have a scattered wardrobe. So every time that I take something from my wardrobe and I want to throw it inside again, I remember that I am not that person that scatters their wardrobe. That is where envisioning my identity, the identity that I want for myself, and trying to live in that identity comes in. When the year was coming to an end, I started seeing a lot of people talking about atomic habit, atomic habit, atomic habit. Everywhere you go, atomic habit. Read the book Atomic Habit. That was my first time of hearing about atomic habit, but because I want to change my life, because I want to reinvent myself, I decided that I was going to get the book. I had started reading it, but it was on my phone some years ago. And because it was on my phone and I was not really somebody that likes to read books that are non-fiction, I didn't read it. I stopped reading it. So recently, I've been able to start the book and I've not even gone halfway, but there are so many things that I've learned, and it has helped me in trying to be this person that I want to be. When I was reading the book, I learned from James Clear, and he said, if you want to change your life, most times, which it happens every time. For instance, you want to lose weight, you use losing weight. For instance, you want to lose weight. Most people will be like, I want to lose weight. Straight to the outcome. I want to lose weight. Everybody that's starting a goal, starting to build something, always go for the result, which is the outcome. But he said something that if you want your results to be permanent, you have to start from the identity. That is identifying as somebody that does these things that you want. Identifying as somebody that wants to lose weight or has lost weight. So instead of saying, I want to lose weight, you're saying, I have lost weight. Instead of saying, I want to quit smoking cigarette, you say, I don't smoke cigarette. So you're identifying as that person. And when I read it in my head, I was like, oh, okay, let's see how that works. That's not going to work because if I'm telling myself I'm a social person and I'm still doing something else, that doesn't work. But to my surprise, when I started doing it, so for instance, if my room is getting scattered, for instance, getting messy, I always tell myself I'm not that person that stays in a messy room. So I will try to arrange my room so that it does not become messy. So it's so small, like it's such a small habit, or it's just a small thing to do, but it does a big thing for you. So if you are trying to change your life or you're trying to be somebody else, you have to first assume that person. So there are so many goals that everybody wants to. You have a goal, I have a goal, every of us have a goal. For you to achieve that goal, the best thing for you to do, which what I'm going to be doing, is to envision that person that I want to be and identify as that person that I want to be. So I want to lose some kgs. So I am somebody. For me to lose kgs, there are some things that I do not want to do. So I have to identify as somebody that do not take unhealthy food, as somebody that goes to the gym or goes for a run, or do you understand, drink a lot of water. So when I'm not drinking water, I'll remind myself, Jessica, you're somebody that drinks 7 glasses of water a day, and that would actually work. So I've tried it and it's working for me so far. Number three thing I plan on doing to reinvent myself and change my life in 2023 is to start making plans and setting goals for myself. So it's not as if I've never set goals, not as if they have never been something I've told myself that, oh, this thing, I'm going to do it. But the way I'm going to be setting my goals this year is going to be different, because usually I'll be like, in this year, I want to achieve so amount of money by the end of the year. I don't make other plans to help me achieve those goals. So in this year, I am going to set my goals, and some of the goals that I've set for myself this year is fitness goals. I have be to eat more healthy, go to the gym, because I've decided to be going to the gym like I started to be going to the gym like 3 times a week, 3 or 2 times a week. I'm going to be starting with 2 times a week because I've not been to the gym since 2019 when I did my master's. So I know that it's going to be so hard for me. So I'm going to start with 2 times a week, and then we will move from there. Then other goals that I have, grow my YouTube channel. So for me to achieve these goals, I have to be posting at least 2 times a week. So those are the goals that I plan to achieve for myself. And for me to be able to achieve these goals, I need to build habits and routine, which brings me to the fourth thing that I'm going to be doing to prevent myself. So I'm going to start building new habits, new routines. If you are trying to build a new habit, it can be very hard. I know it has been hard for me. Like, I've tried to sleep early and wake up early. That one did not work. I've tried to, there's so many habits that I've tried to do that did not work for me because of how it can be. Because of how it can be hard to start a new habit. But I'm going to build a new habit, have a morning routine, have a night routine. I'm somebody that will not have a night routine, or I'm somebody that will not have a night routine or a morning routine before, because I'm like, what is that? So I'm going to be serious about my skincare. I feel like I have the zeal I have the ability to do this. Not as if I want to be that very serious skincare guru, but I want to be serious with my skincare, so I have to build a skincare routine to be imbibing, like reading when I wake up in the morning or reading before I go to sleep, depending on the time that I have for that morning or for that night. So this is something that I want to do. So I was reading the book Atomic Habits. It emphasized so much about building habits and building habits, because habits are those things that you do repeatedly even without knowing. So when you wake up in the morning, you want to go and ease yourself most times. When you wake up in the morning, you press your phone. I know there are people like me that when you just wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is press your phone, that is a habit already. So if you are somebody that if you want to change that about yourself, you have to now start building a habit of not pressing your phone when you wake up in the morning. So you have to replace, James Clear said, you have to replace that habit with something else. So if you wake up in the morning before and you are someone that would press your phone, you have to replace that pressing your phone with maybe getting up to go and ease yourself, or getting up to go and wash your face, or getting up to journal. So you have to replace that habit with something else, which is something that I want to do for myself. That I'm going to start replacing all those habits that I do not want for myself with habits that I want for myself. Yeah, that's the fourth thing that I plan on doing to reinvent myself and change my life. The next thing I'm going to do to help me reinvent myself and change my life in 2023 is to build systems. I think this is the most important step that I want to take to achieve this goal for myself. That is when I again, we're back to Atomic Habits. I'm going to talk about Atomic Habits so much because this is a book that has helped me to fall in love with non-fictional books, because of how practical it can, like I didn't even know any book can be this practical. So one thing James Clear said in his book was that if you are trying to achieve a goal, or you are trying to achieve something for yourself, or you have a particular plan that you want for yourself, you have to build a system to be able to achieve this. So for instance, I've told myself that I want to start posting 2 videos a week on my YouTube channel. That is a goal for me. That is something that I want to be doing for myself. So to achieve that, what do you need to do? How many videos do you need to create in a week to achieve that? So what is the system would you put in place to be able to always meet that 2 weeks? So let's start with this week, and I want to post next week 2 videos. I have to choose a day of this week that I'm going to plan my videos, choose a day that I'm going to shoot, choose a day that I'm going to edit and upload. Then it goes up that day that I want it. But if I just wake up and without a system in place, that okay, next when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to write my ideas down, I'm going to make my videos, I am not going to be consistent. So what system does is it helps us be more consistent, it helps us be more productive, helps us be more disciplined. So that is what a system does. So if you just decided that, oh, I'm going to achieve this goal without setting systems to help you follow your habits and to help you achieve those goals, you will end up not achieving them. So to reinvent myself and to change my life in 2023, I'm going to be following these steps to achieve my goals. So if you think that you are at a place in your life and you're like, I need to change my life, I need to reinvent myself, I don't like where I'm at now, you can choose your own steps, because I feel like there are so many videos out there talking about the same thing, changing your life, when I decided to change my life, I watched a lot of videos. I'm reading a book that's helping me, but I am still tailoring it to what works for me. So because somebody said, "Oh, do this to reinvent yourself," doesn't mean that that is exactly what you need to do to reinvent yourself. You have to learn those, listen to those things, then see how you can tailor it to yourself. So that's what I've done, and that's what I'm going to be following in this year 2023, and I'm going to be sharing my results. I'm going to be sharing my processes. I'm going to be sharing my system. I'm going to be sharing everything that I'm doing to achieve this goal. So if this is something you would like to see more of, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and until my next one.